Hello, good morning students. So in the previous video we finished the chapter that is motion, but we are starting today with a new chapter that is laws of motion and force. We have already studied something about force in class 8. So in class 9 we are going to study the force even in more detail. Okay? So we'll start with motion first of all. In the previous video we studied that different types of motion, initial velocity, final velocity. But the most important point is that without any certain type of force, an object cannot move. If you remember, the object is stationary, but if the object has to move, somebody has to apply some sort of force. So without any sort of force, an object cannot move. We have studied about this in class 8. Changes that a force can do on an object. If you remember, force can start an object or make an object move. Make an object move or stop a moving object. Stop a moving object. So force can make an object move or stop a moving object. The second one, if you remember, force can increase or decrease the speed of a moving object. If a particular object is moving and you apply more force, it will go even faster. So force can increase, not make, increase or decrease the speed. Increase or decrease speed of moving object. Speed of moving object. Okay? After that, the third important one was force can change the direction of the object. It can change direction of moving object. And final one, if we apply enough force, then the shape of the object can be changed. So you can change shape of object. So we have studied all these 4 points in class 8. Make an object move or stop a moving object. It can increase or decrease the speed of the object. It can change the direction of the object, and finally, if the enough force is applied, then the shape can also be changed. So these 4 points that we have studied in the class 8, but these are really important, that is why we are revising it again. So these are the 4 changes that a force can do. Remember them. But coming back to the point, how does an object move? So in order to understand that, once again we are going to understand something that we have studied in class 8, that is balanced and unbalanced forces. So if you remember, we had studied in class 8 that if there is a box or an object and two persons are applying force from both the ends, then the object does not move. For example, we have a box that a person wants to move and he applies force, but the other one does not want to move this object, so he applies the force on the other side and they both are applying equal force. Okay, they both are applying equal force. Let's say that the magnitude is 50 newtons and this person is also applying force of 50 newtons, but in the opposite direction. So because the force is a vector quantity, because we are applying force in that direction, and therefore force requires a direction also for its definition. So force is a vector quantity. Force is a vector quantity. And because of this, even though the number is same, these are two different forces because there is a change in the direction. So a person is applying force on this object in this direction and the other one is applying in the opposite direction, and therefore the object does not move. Such forces are called balanced forces. Such forces are called balanced forces. Now remember, this object is stationary and we actually want to move this object. So this person is applying more force than this one. So let's say now he increases his force by 70 newtons. So it is more than this one. So the object will move in that direction by the net force of 20 newtons. That is 70 minus 50. This also we have studied in class 8. So this box moves in that direction, correct? And now these forces are unbalanced. Before they were balanced, now they are unbalanced, and therefore the object moves. So such forces are called unbalanced forces, where the magnitude is different. So what we learned that in order to move an object, there must be unbalanced force. But that means that if I want to move a box at home, if I am alone, there is no person, then I have to apply even more force. Okay. So what happens is, imagine this to be a heavy box and you need to move it because something fell on the other side. Imagine this to be a bed where something important fell on the other side, so you need to move it and take that from the other end of the room. So I need to move this particular bed and it is quite heavy. So there is no person over here, okay, and I am applying a force of just 20 newtons. I am applying a force of just 20 newtons. But the bed does not move. Now, if there is no person on the other side, then the bed must move. It is happening because there is a force of friction over here. If you remember, last year we also studied about different types of forces. And one such force which acts on the stationary object is which one? The force which acts on the stationary object is static friction. Okay. So the static friction is acting in the opposite direction, which resists the flow of this motion. So when this person is applying a force of 20 newtons, the static friction on the surface of the bed is also applying 20 newtons, and therefore it becomes balanced. Okay. So it does not move, so the person increases the force to 40 newtons. Still, the bed is quite heavy, so static friction also increases by 40 newtons. Now this is the limit. Obviously the bed is not moving because the force applied by the person and the force applied by the static friction from the surface, they both are same. They are balanced forces. But we know that if we need to move an object, there must be unbalance. Okay. So the person has to keep applying force, that is when it crosses the limit for static friction. So let's say now the person is applying a force of 60 newtons, which is the maximum limit for this static friction, and the maximum that a static friction can apply was 50 newtons. So the surface can apply the maximum of static friction on the bed, that is 50 newtons. So the person has applied more friction, more force than the static friction, and therefore now it has become unbalanced, and thus the bed will move in this direction. I hope it is clear to you, students. The bed did not move, or the heavy object does not move, because there is a static friction acting in the bottom. So whatever force you are applying, it is negated by the static friction acting in the opposite direction. They are balancing each other. And that is why the object does not move. So in order to move an object, unbalanced force must be applied. This is what the very first topic of the chapter is. So what we studied today, we studied that the force can do 4 changes on an object. First is the very important one. It can move or stop an object. So if the object is stationary, force can make it move. If the object is already moving, opposite force can make it stop. Okay. The other one was it can increase or decrease the speed of an object. Suppose the object is already moving, and when the force is applied, its speed increases even more. Or if the opposite force is applied, then its speed might decrease. The third one was it can change the direction. We know the game of cricket or football. When a ball is thrown, a person kicks it or batsman hits the ball, then the direction changes. So the force is changing the direction of the moving object. And the last one, if enough force is applied, then we can change the shape like a balloon. If you apply enough force, then it can burst and the shape changes. So we have studied 4 changes that a force can do and what are balanced and unbalanced forces. So if 2 or more forces are acting on an object such that the net force on the object is 0. I repeat my statement. If 2 or more forces are acting on the object in such a way that the net force, the final force, net force on the object becomes 0, then such forces are called balanced forces. Now if 2 or more forces are acting on the object in such a way that the net force is not 0, then such forces are called unbalanced forces and the object is set in motion because of unbalanced forces, or the object is stopped because of unbalanced forces. I hope it is clear to you, students. Okay? We will talk more about in the next video.